Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my thoughts on them, including a new scam is targeting Roku owners of Roku TVs and Roku players. We'll tell you what it is, what you need to be aware of to protect yourself. Also, Pluto TV is ending support for some devices. We'll tell you which ones, and this joins a growing trend of streaming services ending support for older devices. And ESPN is one step closer to buying the NFL Network and NFL Red Zone. We'll tell you what hurdle they cleared and what's still to go before that deal becomes official. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, you can always find a link to every story I talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment so you can come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to get these stories to your email box, check out the show notes. I have a link to our free daily newsletter. Every morning these stories would appear in your email box so you can check them out whenever you want. If you listen to us on the car or maybe on public transportation, it's a great way to be able to look those up later. And lastly, if you like what we do, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that thumbs up, doing one or both. That's YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right. Roku is the #1 operating system sold on smart TVs and one of the largest sellers of smart players in the United States and around the world. With that. Now, with this, it draws the attention of some scammers, and they've started to target Roku owners with a new scam. We've already seen ones in the past I've talked about before, like the activation scam, which tries to trick you to pay a monthly fee or a one-time fee to set up your Roku over the phone with one of their agents. You don't have to do it. It's 100% free. You just got to follow the instructions on the screen. Well, a new scam has started to see random people. You don't even have to be a Roku owner. They're just randomly dialing people and saying, hey, your Roku contract is coming up. You need to renew your service or your Roku will soon stop working. Please hand over a credit card or call us back or whatever the message may be. But that's the gist of it. Try to tell you that your subscription to Roku is ending. If you don't renew, you'll lose access to your TV or your Roku player. It's not true. Roku does not charge a monthly fee. Now, some of these streaming services do, but to use your Roku, there is no fee. Now, if you subscribe to Netflix or YouTube TV or Fubo or Hulu, for example, yeah, there is a fee. Just be very careful. Anytime people call you, ask for money, you need to be extremely careful with that. What's happening here is Roku is so popular, they're just blanketly targeting all these Roku owners out there. Same way that you get random calls, I get them for Bank of America. Hey, your Bank of America account is in trouble, please call us. Or whatever they try to say. I don't have a Bank of America account, but a lot of people do. It's better chances than not that if you call somebody, they have some type of relationship with Bank of America or Chase or Comcast or Spectrum and the like. Be very careful of these places, especially if they ask you to pay with a gift card. That's an even bigger red flag. Keep that in mind. But Roku owners, be careful. Increasingly, the scammers are targeting you. We saw over the summer quite a few fake Roku tech support sites pop up that looked very official, like they were from Roku, but the URLs were slightly different, and they tried to charge you money for support for issues with your Roku. Just be very conscious of when you hand over money or information online. All right, let's keep moving along. Pluto TV is joining a growing number of streaming players, ending support for older devices. This time, TiVo, older TiVo devices like the TiVo Bolt, is losing support for Pluto TV in November, on November 13th or thereabouts. A new pop-up says Pluto TV is no longer going to support them. This comes as many services have started ending support for older devices like Roku, first generations, Roku 1, 2, and 3 even sometimes, and more are losing support. The reason being very simple. It costs a lot of money. A lot of those devices are no longer being upgraded. The code base and the type of app needed for them is no longer the same as newer devices. And many of these devices, like the Roku XD, Roku HD, Roku One, etc., are 10 plus years old. And at some point they end support for it. Now, I will say many of these services have continued to support these apps long after they stopped updating them. They just say, hey, we're no longer updating it, and some features may stop working. Now, if you're a TiVo Bolt customer, your DVR will continue to work. You're just going to lose Pluto TV. This comes as several streaming services have ended support for older devices in recent years. Now, a few things you can just upgrade. I saw, for example, Fire TVs and Rokus are on sale sub $30 for a 4K device in some of these. You may want to check it out. There's a lot of good deals on the market right now. You can plug in your TV. Now, this does come as TiVo has stopped making DVRs. We broke that news earlier in October. TiVo will no longer be manufacturing or directly selling DVRs. Third-party sites may still have some, but when those stocks expire, that's it. They're not building more, and when they're gone, they're gone. End of an era. TiVo no longer making DVRs. Hey, recently we learned that Disney and Disney's ESPN, which is a joint venture out there, ESPN has struck a deal with the NFL to give the NFL partial ownership of ESPN, a small fraction, reportedly up to 10%. And in exchange, ESPN will get ownership of the NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and a few other small things. Now, it's not a done deal yet, and I don't know if it'll be done by the end of this NFL season, but NFL owners have now voted and approved the deal. Now, with this, it still requires regulatory approval, but now we see a big step forward as the NFL has fully approved it. It's now on regulatory approval for it. I can't imagine a whole lot of objections. That may not go beyond maybe making some alterations to the contract. We'll see. I suspect this will fully go through. Just the question is, how many hoops will they have to jump through and when? We'll keep an eye on it. Hey, if you're a YouTube TV customer, a few things. Yes, they may lose Disney channels by the end of this week. On Thursday, we did a whole video over the weekend if you want to check out our video on this. October 30th, if you're watching this later, at 11:59 p.m. is the deadline to reach a deal. For now, though, they are adding more locals. YouTube TV is continuing to expand its local CW affiliates after its partnership with Nexstar, the majority owner of the CW. Now, with this, you're getting 10, I believe it is, new local CW affiliates in Bangor, Maine, Albany, Georgia, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Alexandria, Louisiana, and more. If you want to see the full list, all the CWs that just went live on YouTube TV, check out the show notes. We have a full link there in our story about it. Hey, today in TV history, hey, it's Halloween, and there's a big Halloween movie celebrating an anniversary. 47 years ago over the weekend, the movie Halloween launched into theaters, redefining horror, launching a massive franchise that to this day is still widely popular. But the original Halloween is now 47 years old with this. Next up in our stories, Tubi is getting more international content for our international viewers. Hey, Canadian viewers and other viewers around the world, good news. Tubi and Bell Media has reached a deal that will do a few things. A lot more content in Canada from Bell Media's content partnerships, but also Bell Media and Tubi will collaborate on co-developing original content designed for worldwide distribution, not just in Canada, but around the world, including here in the United States and in other markets where Tubi is offered. Now, no word on when that content will come, but right off the bat, you should pretty soon start seeing more content and different ads, as Bell Media will also part with Tubi in offering new ads in Canada. And then the long-term part of this is including producing new original programs for Tubi for around the world distribution. We'll keep an eye on that. They're just starting it. Producing movies and television shows takes a long time. Could be a year or more until we actually see that happen. We'll watch it closely. Hey, Fire TV owners, more original content coming. We talked recently about Fire TV's getting an original college football recap show where they cover all things college football, streaming through the live channels on your Fire TV. Now, Amazon and The Athletic from the New York Times, their sports division, has struck a deal to launch a weekly sports show with early access on Fire TV. You'll be able to watch it first on the Fire TV, and then after that, it will come to other places. So Amazon continuing to try to get original content exclusively for Fire TV owners with this. Check out a link in the show notes if you're interested with that. November's almost here. It's hard to believe we're in the last week of October. Halloween is almost here, but Pluto TV said, hey, we got 300 new titles coming for free in November, including a bunch of big name movies, both new and remakes, like 21 Jump Street, the remake on this, and more with this. if you want to find the full list of all 300 movies coming to Pluto TV, check out the show notes. Now, no word yet on channels. They usually announce those later, or sometimes they just appear. With this, a few other quick notes here. Friendly TV is adding a new channel. Got a lot of questions about this. This one's from Dr. Phil. This is the relaunch of his channel. Now, this is a new one. The Envoy TV is kind of a rebranding of his older one that didn't work out, but it's now on Friendly. Also, if you've been thinking about Verizon's 5G home internet and you're not a heavy internet user, and maybe you live alone, or you really just don't use the internet, they have a new discounted plan starting at just $25 a month for it, called Verizon VHI Lite. Now, this is a slower one here, and starts at $25 a month. If you use a lot of multi-streams or 4K or large file transfers or video gaming, it may not be for you. Somebody who's just watching HD Netflix, or maybe you're just somebody who checks the weather on your phone or laptop or tablet, hey, this could be a way to get very cheap internet. You may want to check it out. But great option there. I know a lot of people who are not streamers, who are not doing a lot of stuff, who would really benefit from that. A few other quick notes. I know a lot of you use video game systems to stream your content. Well, Xbox is already working on the next generation one. And according to Xbox, or parent company Microsoft, the new Xbox is going to be extremely high-end. Quote, is going to be a very premium, very high-end, curated experience. There's been a lot of questions if Xbox would even make a next one, as they've been turning Xbox more into a subscription service available on a wide range of devices, including Fire TVs to video game with tablets and PCs and more. Seems like it's still going to be an option, but targeting the more very hardcore gamers rather than the casual gamers who may be doing it on other devices. And lastly, now this one, it doesn't surprise me, but Bill Gates has warned that AI will take over most jobs, leaving humans working just 2 days a week. Now that may sound great, but the question is, how are they going to get paid if AI is doing most things? So to keep an eye on this one, it is very true. A lot of people say, well, AI is not good enough yet. Well, that's true. But AI will never be worse than it is now. It will only continue to get better. AI of a month ago is significantly better. AI of 3 months ago is vastly better. And the AI of from a year ago is a world better at what it does, especially making videos and images and doing basic tasks. I sit on a board of a nonprofit, and I noticed we started using AI to transcribe our board meetings. It's scarily accurate. Now, we always review it for a few things. Spelling mistakes, especially on people's name, is most common. But there's other key things there. But since we started doing that, it's gotten significantly better. We'll have to watch and see how that works out. But it frees up. It used to be a board member had to sit there and write, take a ton of notes. Now we can record it and automatically turn them into notes and then have the board review them, for the board secretary first and then the full board, for errors. And it works surprisingly well. Very few errors in the last few times we used it. And again, most of them were about spelling of names with it. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think of all this. You know, AI is a force to be here. The genie's not going back in the bottle. We'll have to watch it closely. Well, I'll be back again soon. I hope you're watching us closely. We'll have another video back here tomorrow. Take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.